Welcome. We're going to do some crown molding. This stuff I've never used before. It's foam. It's not cheap, but it's supposed to be easy and fast to put up, and that's why I bought it. Unfortunately, it only comes in 8-foot sections, so it's going to put my body and fender and RC modeling or RC plane building skills to the test to hide those seams, to cover the seams and hide them so that you can't see them. But overall, so far, I'm pretty impressed with this stuff. Once it's up on the wall, there is no way that you can tell that this isn't real. Here's a little snafu that I started out with already. I've got two samples here. This one here I thought looked pretty good, and I ordered it. This is a sample, and I ordered a sample, and it doesn't look bad, but it's got these. This is a little too extreme. This top piece here, this top portion here. For me, it's a little too extreme. It would be hard to paint. And definitely hard to cope a joint. And I am going to cope joints on foam. I haven't seen anyone do that online yet, but this stuff is supposed to be DIY. So they haven't discussed coping, but they always use inside, miter joints. I did cope it. I tried already coping it. I'll show you how to do this later. Came out pretty good. Here's a little something I didn't notice when I ordered this, and I did order a whole bunch of this, so I'm stuck with it now. But this piece, I didn't realize at the time, this piece, it's in one piece, of course, but it's mimicking a two-piece crown molding right here. And I think in order to make it look right, maybe, maybe not. I haven't decided yet. I've got some baseboard here, and I may trim it out. Hang on a second. I got, like everyone else shooting videos on YouTube, I don't have three hands. So I was thinking of doing this, which adds a lot of work. But, well, my camera was out of focus, so I had to reshoot this and splice it in. So there's going to be a little discontinuity in the video. This is what I meant before. I think this is what I'm going to do to make a three-piece. I'll have to, like I said, rip the baseboard down to do this. But I'm not sure it will look right if I don't do this too. So I'll have to rip down the baseboard. This stuff seems to be plasticized with something. It's got a plastic cover. It's MDF. Got it from Home Depot. You can see it's covered with some plastic coating of some sort, and you're not supposed to have to paint it, but it doesn't match the paint of the molding, which is bare ultra white. If you're not familiar with this stuff, you can go online, you can search, but you can see it has these extrusions on the back of the crown, and that makes it pretty much idiot proof for DIYers, because the spring angle is a given. Okay, you can't screw up the spring angle on this thing, and when you've got it on a saw upside down, and I'll show you that later, you can screw it up, okay, as I did on my first couple of cuts, but it's still infinitely easier than cutting regular crown molding, because the spring angle is relatively easy to set up on a saw too. You will need a 12-inch. This is 5.5-inch crown. I've got 10-foot ceilings, And this is one of the rooms it's going to go into. You might, there's my dog. Hey, Scooter. You might recall I did all this trim work and the wainscoting about 4 years ago. That was a job. Took me good month, maybe a month and a half to finish this one room here. You can see I did all the way around. Anyway, I never did the crown. I was burnt out at the time. So I did all these doorways and archways and all this crown. And I made all the panels, and I bought the trim, this trim here. This is a Moulding molding, and the top rail here. But everything else was made by me, including the baseboard. So this time around, first thing first, I'm emptying this room out of any furniture, of course. I hate the colors of the wall. It didn't turn out the way I thought it would. So I'm going to start from scratch in this room. I'm going to paint everything first.